What would you tell kids? Would you tell them do whatever it takes to get on the field, or stick to your position, battle, and compete against those 25 players that may be wanting 4 or 5 spots in the midfield? All right, it's Bryan and Jimmy, aka Jimbo Slice, with EPD Football, and we're going to jump right to it. The U.S. national team just played against Ecuador. One thing to bring up about this team is Aaron Long, the captain. He is the first captain for the national team in this new process. Your thoughts on Aaron Long?
Yeah, no, Aaron was solid tonight. Looked really composed, confident on the ball, making really smart decisions, covering well for Tyler Adams when he tucked inside. As that inverted fullback knew from Greg Berhalter's installment, and so, yeah, he did really well, covered well, was dominant in the air like he's always been. So, yeah, no, props to Aaron tonight.
And one thing about Aaron actually scored a goal on me, one that I remember. There may be more. So Aaron was actually a forward/attacking player.
Definitely, man, yeah. I remember playing against him at UC Riverside. Yeah, Aaron was a fantastic player then too as well. I mean, very big, solid guy, but very technical, was strong on the ball, was a great passer of it, and dominant, like we said, in the air, really it was difficult to deal with as a defender, when you got a big guy like that moving forward and attacking. But yeah, no, taking up a new role today with the national team and, in his professional career now, really cutting it as a center back, was MLS Defender of the Year, an award that many don't win in MLS, and props for him to pick that up.
Why is it that we see a player who played a totally different position in college now be one of the best defenders at the national level?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a unique situation. I mean, my position changed as a player going through the youth process, and I just think it's, as you move up in levels, the game gets quicker and the game gets faster, and we need those types of players that can be calm on the ball under those situations. And, sometimes that means you got to move further back, as, some coaches say it. So he's got to move back from maybe in a more forward role. He's got to move into midfield, and now he's playing center back, and he's owning it. He's honing that trade. And he's doing really well with it. So, I think he just accepted the change, and he wanted to keep playing and he wanted to have a great career. And so I think he made an awesome change for himself. Now representing his country.
Again, you brought up a little bit about yourself, and obviously this is a huge topic in youth soccer. Sometimes parents aren't happy because their kids aren't playing.
Yeah.
And sometimes kids will do anything to get on the field. You can relate to that, definitely.
Yeah, no, with my experience, it kind of goes back, maybe a little bit my college days, definitely, but also even sometimes in high school. I remember fortunate enough to be able to make, the high school team, make the varsity team, and I was more of like a center midfielder, I would say at the time, in my club days, but I got moved to playing as a left back. It was something new for me. I never really played. But I wanted to be on the field, and so instead of telling the coach, no, I didn't play that position, I just was like, yeah, I'll play it, coach. Whatever I can do to be on the field and whatever I can do to help my team. And then I got to college. I was getting recruited to play in college. As a center midfielder again, and showed up for first day of preseason. And we had a lot of guys out there. Coach asked you to go into the position you were going to try out for: forward, midfielder, defender, goalkeeper. The midfielder spot had like over 20 guys. You're
all like, nope.
Yeah, I was like, that's a lot of midfielders. But I want to just make this team, and be a part of it. And so the defenders only had about 7-8 guys, and so I was like, that looks like my best chance. I've played defender before, and so I'll try it again, and worked out in my favor.
Yeah, and you did well. You did well, and obviously after college. Towards the end of your college career, you started playing a little bit more in that 6th position.
Yeah, I got to play back in that little holding mid role again. Towards my definitely my senior year, had a blast playing it. It was a nice little change after playing in the back for the last 3 years, in college. But I really enjoyed playing in there. Hopefully, I wish it would have worked out playing there a lot more, but I wouldn't change my college experience for anything. I mean, it was an awesome time to play. Not many people get to play in college, and so the friends that I made during that time frame are, life friends now.
What would you tell kids? Would you tell them do whatever it takes to get on the field, or stick to your position, battle, and compete against those 25 players that may be wanting 4 or 5 spots in the midfield?
Based off of, I think it's a personality trait more so than anything. My personality trait was I just wanted to play, just be on the field. I was content with whatever position I could get. Some people want to play and own their own position, and that's totally fine. But if you want to do that, you got to own your time. You got to own your own time, manage yourself. Because what are you going to do better than the guy in front of you, right? If coach is playing somebody else, most of the time that usually means that they're doing something better than you are, right? So you got to work at something. You got to improve your game. I also would say that it depends, what your environment is. I mean, some people, I'm not saying that I condone this, but some people would try to find maybe a new team. It's just the real world that we have. Some players would try to find a new team because they could play that role. Could be a bad thing, could be a good thing, but the most important thing I would say is that everybody needs to be able to at least play, 2 positions at least. I mean, if the first choice isn't available at the time, maybe you could work at what you want to improve on in your second role. Maybe there's some aspects that you can learn there, and I would say that would be the best opportunity for all players. Not all these teams, especially these youth teams, you can't carry 22 guys, so you can't cover every single position on the field. So if somebody gets hurt and you get an opportunity to get playing time, that's your chance. You can't get better without playing in games.
True. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you guys think. Like and comment below. Make sure to subscribe to keep watching these videos. Turn on your notifications so that you can see when we post a new one. Let us know what you guys want to hear on the next video, and we'll see you guys then. Have a good one.
See you next time, guys.